Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, and this is a birthday edition. Last week I turned 44 and I received a few makeup goodies for my birthday, so I thought it would be fun to show you those and experiment with those today. And I've also pulled out a bunch of other goodies that I just enjoy using. So we're going to put all of those things together and see what kind of a look we create. Now, before we get started, I just want to give you a special message just to let you know how much I truly appreciate and love each and every one of you. I value you and I love you as the beautiful, unique person that God has created you to be. So as we get started and we're talking about makeup, I want you to know all along the way that you are precious to me. And also, I hope that this provides just a little bit of a fun escape, brings a little bit of joy into your day. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to first put on some eyeshadow primer. This is the Elizabeth Mott Thank Me Later eyeshadow primer. And I've really actually been enjoying this. I think this is one of the longest wearing primers. Now for my birthday, I received 2 eyeshadow palettes. So I'm gonna use primarily one today, but I'll probably dip into this other one as well. So this one, it's by BoxyLuxe. This is the outer packaging. Isn't that just so beautiful? Oh my goodness. And then look at this. Isn't that just classy? It's white and gold. And look at those colors. Oh my goodness, this is from my best friend. Does she not know me well? So many fun colors. There are 2 mattes in here and then 3 kind of satin and shimmer shades. So I think I'm gonna save most of these colors for another look, but I'll probably be dipping into at least this one and maybe a little bit of this one, we'll see. Now the other palette that I received is from my husband, but as you probably can guess, he had a little help from somebody. This is the Sigma Cor de Rosa palette, and I'm sure you've probably seen a few tutorials already with this, but when I saw this and when my best friend saw this, she texted me and said, "Sharalee, this is your kind of palette," and it is. Look at those beautiful colors. I think we're going to use this primarily for our look today, and this also comes with a beautiful dual-ended brush, and these are actual Sigma brushes that they carry in their line. They put 2 of them. So I love that. You're really getting a good quality brush with it too. So we're going to start off with this shade right here called Veranda. We're going to see if this is light enough for a highlight color. Not quite, but we might have to go back in with something else. But it's a good, for me, it's about the same tone as my skin, so it's not too brightening, so we'll probably have to go in with something else, but that's okay. We'll use this kind of at the top of the crease. I'm using the E50 from Sigma to do that. Okay, I think I want to go in next with this shade right here. It's called Hybrid. I'm going to go in with the one end of that, which is the E38, and let's just see. That's a pretty peach, matte peach shade. So I'm gonna go a little bit pinky peach today. So we'll dip into the pink shades next, but I don't want it to be too bright. Okay, I'm gonna stay with that same brush, and now I'm gonna go in with this shade called Damask. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna use that same brush, and now I'm gonna go a little bit lower into the actual crease. My goodness, these shadows are so pigmented, wow. But yet they've been very easy to blend. So, very impressed. Okay, now I've changed my mind. I want to go around the edge with a little bit of this shade. This is the only shadow, if you can see there, it has a rose kind of stamped in there. It's so pretty. It's called Cor de Rosa. So of course we've got to use that shade, right? So I'm going to use this just right around the edge. Oh yeah, that's a pretty shade. So just really kind of blending those crease shades up into kind of the brow bone area, softening and diffusing everything. Oh, that's pretty. Ooh, all right. I'm gonna flip the brush over, and the flat end is the, what's it called? The E54. I don't have this brush myself, so this will be a good test. I'm gonna go in with this darker shade called Shakespeare, and we're gonna just see, wow, all right. Let's see what kind of depth we can add here in the outer corner. That's a really pretty color. Oh my goodness. Yep. I think this is my kind of palette. Then I'm gonna flip the brush over and not add any more product, but just go around the edge, blend that. Okay, now I wanna use one of the really unique shadows in here, and it's this one. And if you can see, these that are shimmery, really shimmery or kind of glittery, they have a real unique texture to them. So look how much shine and sheen there is. So I'm going to apply this with my finger. Oh my goodness, look at that. It almost looks wet on the lid with sparkle. So pretty. Wow. So I am getting a little bit of fallout here, but not too bad. And then I think I'm going to use a little bit of this shade right here. It's got some purple undertones. It's called Dark Night. So the one I just used was Belle of the Ball. And then Dark Night, I'm going to use right in between that shimmer shade and that outer corner color. Let's see if we can bring a little good transition there. All right, so I want to kind of set down that glitter a little bit. So I'm going to take my Milani Make It Last setting spray and my Sigma E60, and I'm just gonna spritz both sides of that brush and just tap it over that glittery area. Let's see if we can keep that glitter from transferring too much up the eye. Then I'm gonna take the E38 side and just blend through the crease and just knock off any loose glitter that migrated up that direction. Okay, so you could go in with the dark brown in that palette, but I kind of want to use something from this palette. So I'm going to go in with this dark, it's pretty much almost black. I would say it's like an off black. And I'm going to use this tiny little angled brush. This is the 208 from BK Beauty. And I'm going to use this right into the lashes. And I mean, if you want just the most precise application of liner or even brow powder through your brows, this brush is it. It is so teeny tiny, but very good quality. I'm just gonna smudge that into the lashes or press it in there. All right, so I think that shadow worked actually very well as a liner. So before cleaning up, I'm gonna quickly do something on the lower lash line. I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk liner. I love this color. It's just kind of like a reddish plum shade, but it really, really brings out the color of my eyes, which I really like. Then I'm going to use the BK Beauty 204 brush and go in with a little bit of that Coeur de Rosa shade. And I'm just going to use this right here, kind of where that liner stops, and then a little bit below just to kind of soften that a little bit. And then right here on the outer edge, I'm going to take that same brush and go in with a little bit more of Shakespeare. Just kind of connect that lower lash line with the upper liner there. All right, so I cleaned up under the eyes with almond oil, and now I'm going to use something really fun before doing foundation. This is a line blurring wrinkle filler. I think every time we turn a year older, we think about more wrinkles, right? We notice all those. So this is by City Beauty. I've only used this a few times, but it is a kind of, well, let me just show you. So you press this down and there's like this spatula that you work the product into your lines. So I'm going to show you one line, and I do feel like this actually kind of works. There's supposed to be immediate results, so you can kind of see that there. This has like diamond powder and a couple of other things, and it feels cooling on the skin, so it's kind of supposed to fill and plump slightly, and then over time it's supposed to do things to help reduce your wrinkles and lines too. So you gotta, it doesn't take a whole lot, but just kind of, if you've ever puttied holes on a wall right before you paint, it's kind of what you're doing with this. So I don't know, we'll see if it really works well, but I just think, I mean, initially, obviously you can see the white there because it's kind of giving a little illusion, but you can't see the line as clearly anymore. So I'm going to use a little bit here on my smile line. I think smile lines are good, right? Because they show that we actually smile a lot. But I'm going to just see how this works today. And then I'm also going to use a little bit right here between the brows. All right, so while that wrinkle filler is kind of drying down, I'm going to go in with concealer first before foundation. And I'm using the Beauty Blender concealer. If you saw my samples Get Ready With Me video, you saw that I loved this. I ended up ordering the shade 3.5W Tan Sand. Now what I'm learning is that this is pretty thick. So I put a little bit here on my little palette, and then I'm warming it up with my finger and then tapping it onto the under eye area. Otherwise, you can get too much and then it will get cakey. So each product, each concealer, I think has its own unique little way that you need to apply it for it to be successful. And I think I've learned that's what I need to do with this particular concealer. But once it covers so well, and I'm not having to use any color corrector or anything. It's crazy. Okay, so what do we think? I think my forehead lines look pretty good. Very reduced. So, and I think everything's pretty well dried down. So now I'm going to go in with foundation using the Kat Von D Portrait Foundation, and I am using the shade Medium 039. You really need to shake this up. And I've been using maybe about 3 drops, I think, for my full face. You can kind of determine, but you really don't want to go crazy with this. You don't need as much as you might think. So I'm going to just tap a little bit of that around my face here. Now over these areas where I have that wrinkle filler, I do find that you kind of need to work it in a little bit with your finger, and you need to blend it out a little quicker. That wrinkle filler seems to grab foundation just a little bit more. So now I'm going to go in with this EcoTools Ultimate Buff brush, and I'm going to kind of just tap over that area where I use the wrinkle filler, and then I'll blend the rest in. All right, I'm going to take just a little bit of the Revlon Candid Concealer in the shade Light 015, and I'm going to do just a little bit of brightening here on just a few places here down the center of the face. I guess I'll put a little bit here. And just blend that in with my foundation brush. Okay, I'm going to use a cream bronzer before I powder. So I'm going to use a little bit of a combination of these two by Fenty Beauty. This is Amber and Mocha. So we'll start off with Mocha. This is the warmer of the two. I think this comes in, oh goodness, maybe 5 different contouring shades. When I have a little more of a tan, I don't like to do anything too gray with contouring. So that was Mocha, and I'm just going to add a little bit of this amber shade. So on its own, this is too gray for my skin tone during the summer. It's great during the winter all on its own. These are so nice. They really do blend in very seamlessly with the skin. And because they're a stick, they're a little easier to kind of add some preciseness there. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing around the perimeter of the face as well. So amazing what contouring can do to a face, right? Okay, now I'm going to go in with the Elizabeth Arden. This is the, what is this called? The High Performance Blurring Loose Powder. As you can see, I'm using a lot of blurring and wrinkle filling and those kinds of products. I think we all kind of tend to gravitate towards those, right? When birthdays roll around. I don't know. All right, I'm going to use the Sigma F30. And I'm just going to press some of this into the skin here. I have more pores. And also down the center of the face. Then I'm going to take a little bit more on this BK Beauty 102 brush. This is really light and fluffy, so I'm just going to use this to do a real light layer around the edge of the face. Testing these brushes out, just trying to find my favorite way to use each one of them. So I have a review coming, so don't worry. All right, for bronzer, Gold Star, if you can guess which one I'm going to use today. The Too Faced Sweetie Pie bronzer. I've just really been enjoying this. I'm going to use the BK Beauty 103 brush and just swirling this around. This is so pretty. I just think it gives the cheeks such a healthy look and glow. I'm going to use that just kind of the top part of the forehead here, kind of almost like a 3, but I'm not going to put too much down here, more concentrated tops of the cheeks in there. Isn't that just so pretty? Oh, love it. All right, for my blush, I thought this would just be a very fun palette. I love this. I don't use it enough on camera, but this is the Beauty Bakery Cotton Candy Champagne Blush Lighter Palette. So it's blush lighter because all of these blushes are super, super glowy. They've all got a lot of shimmer. They do show a little bit more texture than I usually prefer, but I just still think they're beautiful. And if you go in with a light hand, it's not bad. So I'm going to use the BK Beauty 104, and I'm going to use a combination of these two. They're so beautiful. So this is No Champagne, No Gain. So it's a much more neutral kind of color. And then I'm going to combine it with a little bit of this, which is 24-hour Champagne Diet. Not that I would recommend that, but you know, I think their names are just cute. So, all right, we're going to go in first with No Champagne, No Gain. And I'm just lightly, I mean ever so lightly, I mean look at that glow. It's so pretty. You really probably don't even need highlighter with these blushes. I'll probably use some, but hey, you know. All right, we'll add just a touch of this. I don't think I need too much, but just a little more pink there, the front of the cheeks. Yep. Oh, so pretty. All right, and last step for the face is a little more highlighter because, you know, No one could ever have too much, right? This is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighter, and I have Mean Money and Hustla Baby. So I think, let's see, I think this one, oh, I don't know. This one is the lighter. It has less kind of glittery particles, and then this one has a lot more gold and stuff. So I like to combine the two of these, and I'm gonna use my MAC 140 fan brush. I'm gonna go in first with this one, and then just a tap in there, and just go right here on the top part of the cheeks and the bridge of the nose and the cupid's bow. Okay, and then we're gonna finish up the eyes going back to this palette. And we're gonna go in, I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold in the brush. We're gonna go in with this one, which it looks white, but it has a gold shift. It's really pretty, and it's not glittery. So we might also use a little bit of this along the brow bone. I'm just taking the Sigma E30. You can see it's really nice. I really like that. So if you don't like a glittery inner corner highlight, you can use something like this. It's definitely more of like a pearl finish. Oh, so pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to take just a touch of that right under the brow. Just to give a little bit of lift right there. All right, for brows, I'm gonna keep them kind of a little lighter. So I'm gonna use the Milani, what is this called? Precision Brow, and I'm using the shade 120 Caramel. And as long as I go in with a light hand, this has been a really good color for me, even with my brighter blonde. And I'm going to set it with a little bit of the Thrive Instant Brow Fix. I'm just going to take my little fluffy brush. I don't have any extra product or extra powder, but just kind of taking what's left on that brush from another time I've used it, and just kind of tap that under my eyes. I like to do this if I want just a tiny little bit of a set there, but not a real dry powdery look. All right, now it's time for mascara, and I'm gonna curl my lashes and then apply the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. And my favorite of all, I just got several of these. One of you amazing subscribers told me about a deal on QVC. So this is the IT Cosmetics Superhero, and every time I've been using another mascara and go back to this, I am reminded how amazing it is. And then on the lower lashes, I'm going to use the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions. All right, so I went around the edge of my lips with the soft ochre paint pot just to kind of give me a blank line. And now I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk 2 Medium Lip Liner. All right, and the lipstick I decided on is the Pillow Talk Diamonds. I just love this. All right, so here's our finished look. And I have to say, I'm really impressed with both of these. I can't wait to get more use out of them. And as far as the wrinkle filler goes, I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know if I feel like that's worth your money or not. But overall, I hope that you really just enjoyed this, that it was a nice, wonderful, relaxing, just fun escape. And I just want to reiterate again how much I truly do cherish and love each and every one of you. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.